All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Resident Evil 0. And today, I'm doing the no saves playthrough. Just one shot. I'm not allowed to save at all. On top of just cleaning up the two, like, miscellaneous achievements that I have left. I should be able to do them both on top of each other. I'm fairly certain. I have to combine every possible combination of herb. And I have to upgrade Billy's handgun, specifically. I did go check the VOD. It's Billy's handgun that I need to upgrade for the all weapons achievement. I can confirm. So, let's do it. Wait for it. Where's the game? Every time RE0. There it is. Hello, John, Aiden, Sentai, Arthur, Aaron. Hello. No save run should be pretty easy, considering I have all of the crazy cheat weapons unlocked now. And we're just going to do this and restart it. I can absolutely do the herbs along the way. And I shouldn't need many herbs, considering, you know, rocket launcher and such. Okay. Don't need any of this. Don't forget Albert Wesker mode. We already played the Wesker mode. Look, I got the costume and everything. Oh, I need to equip this. How close to 100% are you? So if I do this playthrough successfully with no saves and get the 2 achievements, then all I have left is the hard mode playthrough, which is not something that I planned on doing as the absolute last achievement for this run, but I guess it'll work out because now I like have a good understanding of RE0 and the routing and stuff, since we've sunk all this time in doing everything else. So it kind of works out. The one thing I don't know is if the herbs are tracking like across my whole save file. For the, you know, make every combination of herb achievement. I'm really just not sure. I mean, just to play it safe. Where's this dog? Oh my god. Okay. You can't make this up. Just to play it safe, I may as well run in here and grab the green herb. And start with the triple green. Just in case it's all one playthrough. Just in case. But yeah, the challenge this run is just no saves whatsoever. Which, if the timing had worked out a little better on previous streams, I would have done while doing the S rank. But here we are. Or sorry, no, I did the no recovery items on top of my S rank. It worked out. It'll be the same amount of playthroughs anyway. I forgot that I doubled those up. I did the speed run plus the no healing item runs in one go. Like all 3 of them. Because this game, for some reason, has 3 separate achievements for not using like specific healing items. So they all pop together. You count RE2 OG, 4 OG, and 6 to be a trilogy? No. The only way that I would is if you're like saying it's the Leon trilogy, but no, I generally see like 1, 2, and 3 as a trilogy, 4, 5, and 6 as another trilogy. 7 and 8 seem like we don't have 9 yet, so it's hard to say. But it seems like, so far, from what we know, I will end up seeing 7 and 8 as like a duology, and then 9 will be maybe the start of its own thing, but the name kind of implies that 9 is serving more as like a culmination of the entire RE story up to this point. Again, at least just going off of the name, that's what it would imply. But now they've shown that like there's a Magnum in the game called Requiem, and both characters get their own variation of that Magnum. So it seems like the subtitle might be less a culmination of the whole RE story and more something to do with that specifically. I don't know. Oops. Hold on. All right. You like Godzilla? It's just a big lizard. He's just a big old lizard. Send the herb down first. Get that double green herb. And it is herb without the H. Or it's fuckers. Oh, but in case I didn't make it like super clear on the 100% in terms of what's left, considering I have like rocket launcher and all the costumes and stuff, and you'd kind of be like, oh, this is about over. 4 achievements. 1 is for combining every possible combination of herb, which I haven't done because it involves like combining a red and a blue together without a green. Stuff like that. Like you have to do just every possible combination. Collect all weapons. I thought I would have at this point, but apparently you have to have upgraded both handguns on the same save file. But there's only 1 upgrade kit per playthrough. So I have not upgraded Billy's handgun. I only ever upgraded Rebecca's. Oh shit, I forgot the other key. No, hold on. Knows about combining herbs. I know a lot about combining herbs. I grew up skiing, skateboarding, snowboarding. I know a lot about it. I grew up a Resident Evil fan. Whatever kind of herbs you're talking about, I know about combining them. You heard about Fallout 4 added a new update that adds into Creation Club T60? It's a Desert Eagle with a special case from the TV show. I did not. I'm not a huge Fallout fan. I've played 3 in New Vegas, like all the way through. But those are the only ones. I'm like halfway through a playthrough of Fallout 1 right now that I've been doing on and off with False. With False meaning her watching me and backseating me because she likes Fallout 1 a lot. But I've never played Fallout 2. I tried to play Fallout 4. I just didn't like it. Yeah, I was not on board with Fallout 4, and then I completely skipped 76. I didn't even bother with that one. And I haven't seen the show. So I'm not big on Fallout. You think we'll get another RE Jill solo game ever? A solo game? Probably not. I don't know, maybe? It's kind of weird because, like, this is crazy when you say it out loud, right? Solo games in the Resident Evil franchise are rare. Like, RE1, not a solo game. RE2, not a solo game. 3 is. Code Veronica, no. Code Veronica has 3 characters. Trying to think here. Oh, I'll get it in a second. There's another green herb that I forgot about. Play as Jill and Carlos. Yeah, but Carlos is like a 5-minute section. You know, I don't really count the Carlos section so much. 4 is a solo game. Again, excluding the 5-minute section as Ashley. I'm gonna dump that. It's like, what do I get rid of here to make space? 0's not. 5 isn't. 6 isn't. 7 is. Village is. Excluding Ada as well. Well, definitely excluding Ada. Because the Ada story in RE4, Separate Ways, wasn't even part of the GameCube release. It was added with the PS2 release. So definitely, like, I didn't even think to specifically mention excluding it. Just another game where Jill is a main character. I mean, inevitably, assuming she doesn't, like, show up in RE9 just to die or something, I'm sure that Jill will come back around, yeah. 2 rockets! Fuck that bitch. This'll be a good run. I think this will work. There we go. It's kind of weird to think about how rare, like, one character or even just one, well, mainly one character. I was gonna say, or one scenario. RE, but mostly one character. It's weird how rare those are. RE9 Gibble Sandwich DLC. Yes. That is what they would officially call it, I'm sure. Capcom knows. She's called Gibble. Capcom knows it. Oops. Not the clock. Or phone, sorry. There's the green plus red. So those are the big ones already knocked out. It's just red plus blue and then one of each that I have to do. Right? Yeah, there's 6 possible combinations I've already done. Yeah, 4. That's right. That's right. That doesn't sound right. Shop in Dead Rising called Jill's Sandwiches. I love Dead Rising. I still, someday, even though I know the thing with this one, I need to play Dead Rising 4. That's one that I skipped just because there were so many games coming out in like 2016, 17, around the time that it came out. And I was like, well, if it's not that good, I'll get back to it later. And now it's been like 10 years almost since Dead Rising 4 came out, and I have not gotten back to it. I keep thinking I will, and it just Never happens to come up. How many more RE games have you got left? We're doing release order. So 0 is the 9th one that we're doing. Out of 30 once Requiem is out. It'll be a clean 30 once Requiem releases. So there's a ways to go. But we're at the very end of Zero's 100% now. Just cleaning up the last couple things currently. Dead Rising 1 Remastered is out. Yeah, I don't know the specifics on that one. But I know that, like, there was a lot of relatively positive press around the deluxe remaster right when it dropped. But the more time goes on, the more that I keep hearing from, like, big Dead Rising fans. Like, this one YouTuber that I'm mutuals with through, like, a creator Discord server. He is a dedicated Dead Rising YouTuber. Like, his entire YouTube channel is the Dead Rising series. He really does not like Deluxe Remaster. I should have done this the other way around, though. So I don't know what the deal is with that game, but I know that, like, Dead Rising super fans were not so big on it.
Okay.
And from what little I've heard, it's apparently largely down to, like, the fact that they moved it over to the RE engine, and apparently that changed a lot of stuff gameplay-wise and such. A lot of people didn't like the censorship. I haven't even heard about censorship issues with it. Oh, they took out the erotica phototype. I mean, it's not important. It was funny, but it's not integral. It is kind of like, oh, that sucks, because it was funny. But I mean, all right. Changing voice actors was a big downgrade. Was it? I don't really even remember. I need to replay the old Dead Risings too, probably. I know that one got delisted. It was the one where Chuck and Frank are both in the game. It was like a co-op one. One player would be Chuck, one would be Frank. It was like one of the little expansions between the mainline games. Apparently that is, like, fully delisted. Off the Record, I think that is the one. Or was Off the Record one of the other ones? There were, like, 3 of those smaller games surrounding Dead Rising 2. I struggle to keep them straight because it's been so long. Case West, I think that's right. I think that sounds right. No, Off the Record, isn't that like the little prequel demo to 2? I don't know. It really, like, it has been so long that I can't keep them all straight. Oh no, Off the Record was the one that's Dead Rising 2, but with Frank. Which one was the demo for Dead Rising 2? It was like a little 2-hour one that they put out prior to the release of Dead Rising 2. No, that one, it's like an alternative of 2 with Frank. Yeah, okay. God. I do need to replay these. Case 0 and Case West were the small games.
Let's go.
Okay.
I think it is Case West. No. Yes. I don't know. I'm struggling to remember. Clearly. Oops. Ah, fuck it. Every day he's doing good. It is. Thank you. Is that Billy with an MP5? Yes, sir. Look, all I'm saying is RE0's unlockables, like the 100% process of this game, pretty good. Like, just all the challenges to earn the items, and then the sheer amount of the items and how fun they are. I am admittedly a fan of RE0's 100%. I was not expecting it to be anywhere near as fun as it has been. It has genuinely been very good. I'll have Rebecca stay behind.
I'll go over to the back.
Take out Billy with the SMG for a spin, since he's been called out. Plus, it's like, to be fair, this is also the first time that I've really learned RE0. Like, this is the first time that I've done more than one playthrough in the span of like 2 or 3 years. So I'm actually, like, I've learned where items are and the general flow of things and like how to route through the game quickly for the first time. And that also has been more fun than I expected. Like, Zero has a lot going on. It's really complex compared to most of the classic Resi games. But once you get a feel for it, like once things do start to stick in your head, it's surprisingly fun. Like, I think in general, going forward, I will just enjoy RE0 more now that I've played a shit ton of it in a short time span and kind of crammed it all in my brain like that. You're unaware of RE0's game? I really was, to be honest. Like, it still is probably the weakest, like, tank control Resi. Like, I wouldn't say that the 100% experience changes that, but I would say it's right there with Remake in terms of just how fun it's been to like play the game over and over and get all the rewards and do all the challenges. It honestly sits like right next to it so far. It's been a shockingly good time because I have never been the kindest to RE0. I mean, even before I did any Resi content on the channel, like years ago, right before RE4 Remake came out, I did like a short run, just one story playthrough of a bunch of the games. I just skipped 0 when I did that. 7, 14, 21, 8, 36, 40... 43, 50, 57, 64. Oh, I got it wrong? What? What do you mean I got it wrong? 7, 14, 21, 28. I said 36. That's where I got it wrong. 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 67. I said 36. I don't know why I said that, but that is where I went wrong. 35, not 36. One of my favorite parts of 100%ing the Resi games on stream is that I shit you not, it happened yesterday, not today. Every single RE game that we have 100%ed so far, at one point, like near the end, I'll be doing a run with the infinite ammo rocket launcher or like Gatling gun in the case of RE2, you know, whatever it might be. And someone will come into chat and be like, what the fuck is that gun? Where did you find that? Because so many RE fans have played these games over and over and over. but never do more than just like a basic story playthrough, right? Like me, for years prior to these streams. This is my first time doing any of the challenges. And yesterday we had someone come in right after I got the rocket launcher and just be like, what gun does Rebecca have? There's one every single game, and it's always hilarious just to be like, oh yeah, you don't know about this? This is that, you know, you beat the game with an S rank. They give you a fucking rocket launcher. You didn't know? I think that's honestly been one of the best parts of doing these on stream. Someone is always shocked with every single game at one of the unlocks that they never knew about before. It's actually pretty good. I mean... See, I want to agree with you, but at the same time, my Resi fan in me is still like, but it's RE0. You can't. You can't. Leech Hunter is awesome. Wesker mode gets overhyped a lot. It was honestly kind of boring. Like, it's funny for a few minutes, but then once you've seen Wesker run around in Billy's body for a few minutes, it's kind of... It loses its charm pretty quickly, surprisingly. I do still need one green herb later. Because we need to do the one of each. Wait a minute. Do I need another green herb, or can I just grab the green and red combo that I just dropped and use that? Because I bet I probably can't. I bet I don't need that green herb, actually. I never even finished Zero because of the garbage controls on the remaster. Oh my god, can I show controls right now? Here's the thing with the controls on this and RE1 Remake. Yeah, use this setup. Type A, original controls. I'm telling you, game changer. It's the classic, like, RE controls. R1 to aim, you know, X to fire while aiming, all that. And tank controls instead of the awful camera relative controls that they added with the HD remaster. It's so much, because, hold on. All right, it's in this menu. Oh no. Oh, okay, it's something you choose in, like, the pregame then. It's not even that. But the point being, there is an option for the old school tank controls instead of the camera relative. Do that. And don't do the alternative that they added. It's weird. The D-pad on PS4 is garbage, so I had to use a stick. Bro, you want to talk about the D-pad being garbage? I wish I was on my PS4 controller right now. Because this game doesn't work with PlayStation controllers out of the box on PC. So, I'm over here right now on an Xbox Series X controller with this awful fucking circle D-pad playing on this. Because tank controls on the thumbstick do feel awful. It is... When we're talking about these games, it's all about the D-pad in terms of how the controls feel. And yeah, I'm on a fucking Xbox controller because this PC port doesn't support PlayStation out of the box. And the Steam input was being really buggy with it. I tried to Steam input it. And Woof. Be grateful it's not the 360 D-pad. It is thankfully not the 360 D-pad. This is true. This is a better circle D-pad than the 360 had. But it's only right behind that in terms of being shit for Xbox controller D-pads. It's not super far ahead, but it is better than that one was. The perfect controller, and they put that one goddamn awful pad. It's true. Everything else about the 360 controller, I love. That D-pad is a war crime. Anytime you move, click, click, click. That's this one. I don't know if my mic is putting it through. Maybe if I talk quietly, you'll be able to hear it. That's the D-pad. Yeah, you hear that? That's my D-pad right now. The whole time I'm playing this game. Fucking Xbox One controller. Or sorry, Series X controller. I hope it was audible. Terrible. Stop touching your D-pad on stream. My bad, my bad. Sounds like an arcade game. Yeah, I'm on one of those clicky ass D-pads. The loud clicks of the Series X controller do be annoying. It's awful. I hate this D-pad. I love infinite ammo machine gun in RE0 though. The rocket launcher also looks and sounds great in this one. But right now, just for pure fun factor, the infinite submachine gun is where it's at. The OG controller, but with bumpers instead of the black and white buttons, would go hard. The black and white buttons were so weird. I totally forgot about those until just now. I missed a red herb right there. Just because I didn't even look. I only saw it just now. Probably the best, you say? I don't know about that. I don't know if I would say the Duke is the best Xbox controller. It is like... It's the one with the most personality, for sure. Like, it's the most memorable Xbox controller. Granted, it's the most memorable because it was so fucking big. It was just massive. That's what everyone remembers it for. But it was a good controller. When I was a kid, it was way too big for me. I remember when I was little... I would just have it like on the ground or on a table in front of me, whatever, and press the buttons. Because I really couldn't hold it and do the buttons at the same time. PS4 controller is garbage. The PS4 controller overall is my preferred controller. That's my go-to. It would be the PS5 controller. It would. The DualSense would be my go-to if it wasn't built out of fucking paper and was the most fragile little bitch controller I've ever used in my life. I had two of them. I had two thumbsticks shit out on me on DualSense controllers in the span of like 9 months. That's $120 I'm just not getting back. They've fixed them. After that, I'm not buying another one. Even if they fix them, it's too little too late. The damage is done. I'm not buying another one. Comfortable to use, but the stick drift is wild. They are so bad. The thumbsticks on them are fucking horrific. What does everyone do to their controllers? To be fair, I have been asked this a lot. I don't think I have like a crazy ass grip. I mean, I don't have like a weak or a light grip. I wouldn't say that. but I don't think I have like a crazy death grip on my controllers either. I'm not like fucking smashing them while I play or anything, but I really think the reason I burn through controllers relatively quick is just because I get so much use out of them doing YouTube and streams and stuff. Like, I game for at least 3 hours a day. Every day. Like 7 days a week, just because of stream alone. And then outside of that, like recording videos, I've talked about before, when I record through a game, like say RE Village I did recently, right? It's like a 10-hour game. I blasted RE Village in like 2 days off stream on top of streaming. So genuinely, when I'm like really going on the YouTube stuff, I'm gaming like 8 hours a day sometimes. That's the best part of the YouTube thing, for the record. It's a fuck ton, but that is absolutely the best part of doing this. Dude, don't get me wrong, but I think that's why I tend to burn through controllers so quickly. Is just, I get so much use out of them doing this. In my experience, Sony's controllers are typically pretty fragile. Like across the board, the exception being the PS4 controller. I have owned 2 PS4 controllers in the last 13 years. Only one of them has broken, and they've been my go-to controller for the duration of that 13 years. Granted, okay, only a little over 12. The PS4 didn't come out until the end of the year, 2013. So let's say 12. I've had 2 of them in 12 years. I've only ever broken or stick drifted 1. With that kind of like gaming hours consistently for a lot of it. I don't know what they built the PS4 controller out of. Because seriously, like, I even bought some third-party ones that are made to be like ultra durable. I tried like Halifax sticks for a bit. The PS4 controllers, in my experience, have outlasted these third-party controllers that are literally purpose-built for long-term durability. And the PS4 controllers, just the basic factory PS4 controllers, outlast them. Like, I don't know what they made those things out of, but they're crazy. They just never break. Wear and tear does not exist if you're using a DualShock 4. It's insane to me. Never had a stick drift issue ever until the Switch and PS5 controllers. Yeah, the Joy-Cons. Okay, the DualSense does not have the worst thumbstick I've ever used. I take it back. It has the second worst thumbstick I've ever used because Switch 1 Joy-Cons do in fact exist. I take it back. I take it back. Second worst. Not the worst. Jesus Christ. Missing all the screws from when I had to take it apart to fix the grip collapsing on itself. That's what happened to my my first DualShock 4. I think that was what ultimately started the process of breaking it. In my first apartment that I had, my setup was in a room with a hardwood floor. And my DualShock 4, my first one that I had for like genuinely 7 years at that point, fell off of my desk when I got up once, and like the whole grip on one side of it fucking caved in from hitting the hardwood floor. And then a few months after that, it just totally shit out. So to be fair, even the one that I did break fell a few feet onto hardwood before it even started to break. Like, I seriously, I have no idea how they last the way they do. Oh, I forgot the key over here. Shit. I hadn't heard the term stick drift until I looked up what was wrong with my Switch controller. I do need to buy, because I love my 360. I talk about it all the time. Like, the two consoles that I have the most nostalgia for are the PlayStation 1 and the Xbox 360. Like, those are my two favorite consoles ever. My 360, both of the controllers that I have for it have crazy stick drift at this point. You know, they're both going on nearly 20 years of service now. They're both fucked. I need to buy myself some new 360 controllers for it. Hello? Rebecca just really... Oh.
You stay here.
Yeah.
Rebecca, I forgot that I had to move this. I wish this game would go on sale. It never does. The RE games go on sale all the time, and when they do like a whole franchise sale on Steam. On Steam, to be fair, I don't know if you're talking about like PlayStation or Xbox. At least on Steam, Capcom routinely does like these massive sales for the whole franchise. I would say maybe like 4 or so times a year. Like the entire Resi franchise goes on sale.
This way.
Roger.
And that's the best time to pick up any RE games you're missing. Shit, Billy, get on the desk, don't push it. They go on sale sometimes on PlayStation, but never this game. Oh. I wonder why. Because yeah, on Steam, they just do the whole franchise. Atari 2600, NES, or SNES? No. I like a lot of NES and Super Nintendo games, but like... I don't like as many as I do like PlayStation 1 games, Xbox 360 games. And I'll keep it a buck. Right, I'm into retro games. I'm big on like gaming history and all that. I've tried with old Atari games so often. But like Atari games were from a totally different time. Because the NES was kind of like the first system where this started to really change for home console gaming. But man, those Atari games are built to be fun for like 10 minutes, I swear. All of them are fun for like 10 minutes, and then you're kind of like, okay. I've played this. But maybe that's me being a zoomer. I don't know. Atari is like the one system from back in the day that I just have not been able to get into, particularly because of the games. And even early NES stuff kind of had that going on, but some of those games were just fucking goated. You know, like Super Mario Bros. Realistically was not built to be a game that you would play for like 10 hours the way you'd expect nowadays. But the game was just so good. Like the game was just so ridiculously good. Especially for 1985? You shitting me? Like, weirdly, some of those early NES games still had, like, that very arcadey DNA, where it feels like they only really meant for the game to be fun for, like, an hour or so. But they just made the game too fun. Like Mario Bros. But NES was also where, like, that shift started to happen, where, like, RPGs were really going to console. Like, actual RPGs. You know, like Dragon Quest. That whole fucking game was on a console. That was the sort of thing that prior to that would have just been on PC. You had like Zelda and Metroid both came out like a year after the system came out. Those obviously are built to last you way longer. Like way longer. Fucking Metroid. And fuck Zelda. Burn down every tree. Eventually you'll find the right one. I love the original NES Zelda. I really do. I talk about it all the time. But that one thing, I will never get over how stupid it is. And I really love the original Metroid too. As admittedly rough as it can be. Oh, I did the thing. Okay. What's up? Metroid. That's what I was talking about. I do really genuinely enjoy the first Metroid. But the fact that there are like 2 points in that game where the only possible way to progress forward is to go up to this unsuspecting wall and like perfectly double morph bomb bounce yourself up into a secret corridor that you can't see. There's no like crack in the wall you have to destroy or anything like you'd see in Metroidvanias later on. It legitimately was just a normal wall, but if you happen to get the pixel perfect double bounce right up to it on this random wall, like why would you even do that? You would just phase straight through the wall and find a secret tunnel. Original Metroid had just as much bullshit, if not more, than the original Zelda. But no, I wouldn't even say that the original Zelda was like an RPG. I feel like Zelda is much more rooted in like adventure game design. I know that it's typically described as RPG, but I feel like it fits way better under like an adventure game. Open world action adventure. I feel like that's generally a better description for like all of the Zeldas. How spicy is that opinion? Like genuinely, even all the way up to today with like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like that still fits them better than RPG. Is that crazy of me? I don't know. That sounds kind of crazy when I say it. But probably just because everyone always says Zelda's an RPG. Give me my disc. I wish you didn't have to get the disc from here so that you just didn't have to bother with the film. I don't see Monster Hunter as an RPG. Can't really speak on Monster Hunter. I only ever played a tiny bit of 3. So I really just don't even like have an opinion on Monster Hunter. Juiced up platformers, I would say. No. No, you can't. Not juiced up platformer. Dog, we're fucking flying. I'm still just like in awe when we do these front to back challenge runs of RE0 of how fast I'm moving. Like, we've been playing this run for about 45 minutes. Oh, Billy has it. And I'm more than halfway done with the training facility. 0A? That's an easy one. Especially now that I've, like, actually figured this out.
I'll go alone.
Roger.
Almost get 2 runs in a stream. I bet this will be like a 2-hour run. Because legitimately, I never really thought of it before doing just the story playthrough for RE0 when we got to it on stream. But that's where I really realized that the training facility of RE0
This way.
Okay.
is like half of the game. Just this area and the sheer amount of time it takes to get through it and do everything to get to the church makes up about half of an RE0 playthrough. Because it's just so big. And then all the other areas are pretty small. Like, the train is pretty small. The church and the lab under it are pretty small, and the water treatment plant is pretty small. The training facility is really the only, like, big area in RE0. And once you've got it figured out, I mean, even this area doesn't take that long. Monster Hunter is on the list of, like, games I would be open to doing a series on, though. It just never, at least up to this point, has received all that much interest. Rebecca, could you back up? Thank you. Give a man some space. This is the evil book? I only play games that have yellow paint. Me too. I can't live without my yellow paint. I don't think False can hear me, so I think we're okay to joke about yellow paint. Playing PS2 Monster Hunter online and really digging it. I saw that there's a fan server nowadays for the original Monster Hunter to play it online. I saw that a little bit ago. I think it was Maximilian Dude who did a video on it. I feel like that's where I saw it. Okay. Here's my... Oh. Can you not combine a red and a blue in RE0? You learn something new every day. What the fuck do you mean you can't combine a red and a blue? Okay. That's news to me. There we go. Green and blue together. Let me go back and get this one. Pink is red? Ooh. Spicy. Not even in remake, if I recall correctly. I mean, it's one of those things that I never try to do it. You know? I wouldn't know what games you can and can't combine red and blue without a green involved, but I thought you could. I know you can in, like, RE1. Like, PS1 RE1. I think you can in RE2. Beyond that, fuck if I know. When am I ever doing that? Genuinely, when am I putting a red and a blue herb together without a green? Never. I'm an herb mixing master. I know better. Yeah, let's just do this for the inventory slot. This game sometimes. Like, how do I grab it from there? But then when I try to put it back in the exact same spot. It's like, no, you don't have a use for this. Did you hear that the Kiwami 3 script was in the files of the demo? I did. I've seen the leak. I know the details. I am well aware of the full details of the plot changes in Kiwami 3. I'm so done. I am going to have like the unholiest rant in my Kiwami 3 video. I swear. Like, I don't want to, for anyone who doesn't know about it, I don't want to like ruin it, right? I don't want to taint the game before it's even out and all that, but like, what herb combo am I missing? Is it just to combine them, or I need to look at this now, because hold on. Yeah, I don't know about it. At TLDR, they've made some significant retcons to Yakuza 3 with Kiwami, which weirdly will make it the first Kiwami game to actually change the plot of the original. Like, it stands out in the case of Kiwami 3 only because they've never done that before. They've always stuck to the original script with these remakes. I'm trying to read up on the herb achievement real quick, just because I feel like I must be missing something. Oh my god, what? Okay. There's an herb combination that I didn't know existed. Chat, no bullshit. I had no idea that you could even do this. I can do it right now. Someone in chat is going to know. But I wonder if other people are going to be like, wait, what? I need these back because there's something else you can do with these, apparently. 3's problem wasn't the story, but the gameplay. 3's gameplay wasn't even that flawed. People just are bitches, I think. Two green and a blue? What do you mean you guys knew? How did you know? How do you know this? I need to wait and find another green. Blockuza 3? Blockuza 3 isn't even real, dog. Which sounds like I'm being funny. What am I? Oh. The night doors. I did that one. Wait, what? It's been a thing since RE1. I'll keep it a buck with you. I just never knew. Oh, I missed the angel statue. Takes a second to see that on YouTube, let alone playing the game. The enemies do block a lot. I'm not saying that, but the Blockuza 3 meme is one that was made from people saying that the remaster ruined the blocking mechanics in Yakuza 3. But the blocking always worked like that. Source, I have a PS3 copy that I've played. And I've also played the remaster. The blocking behavior is the same. Where is the angel statue? How did I miss it? What the fuck? They tied it to frame rate? No, that's the community myth. That's not true. The enemies block a lot because the enemy AI got carried over from Kenzan. And the enemies blocked way more in Kenzan because the combat was all centered around the different types of blades and how they interacted with each other. Kenzan had like a rock, paper, scissors system with the blade combat. But the enemy AI was pulled straight over from Kenzan for 3. And yes, I agree with Tibby, and I said it in my review too, that you just get yourself behind the enemy, wall bound them, grab them. Like if you actually start using the deeper mechanics of Yakuza 3, and you don't just try to button mash your way through it, the combat is actually really good in Yakuza 3. It's funny, I didn't realize until we had like Rock and Yakuza Archive channel and those guys start coming by the Yakuza streams so much. But I never knew that in like the high level, like combat, no damage, crazy combo video side of the community, Yakuza 3 is considered to have some of the best combat by those players out of the whole franchise. And I never knew until I had like creators from that very specific side of the community start coming by and talking Yakuza with me so often. Like until I got exposed to that side of the community, I just had no idea. I also didn't know that Yakuza 2, original Yakuza 2, not Kiwami, was similarly considered to have some of the best combat in the franchise. Hello, Hazriel. I need that. Hold on, this should be the... Oh, I gave it to Billy. Shit. I was gonna do the quick combine thing, but Billy holds the herbs right now. Oh, Billy can't hold the herbs. You really do learn something new every day, chat. I have never once in my life made that herb combo. Swear to God. It's about what I expected. Bro, it is not what I expected. What? What do you mean? I mean, if you mean just in the sense of course they changed and retconned stuff just for the sake of it, then sure. But like, the specific nature of those retcons are baffling to me. Cause like, there's the one that everyone was joking about and saying they were gonna retcon. That's not what I'm talking about. For people who don't know, but again, without saying it directly, I'm not talking about that. There's something different that got retconned that is so, like, mind-bendingly, what the fuck are they doing? That I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
It just doesn't.
There's a lot different. Yeah, there's one. Like, I don't want to say it because it's leaks and a lot of people don't want to know exactly, but genuinely just what? What? Yakuza is turning into Tekken. I will say, for those that don't know, and I can say this without directly spoiling, the retcon that I am talking about primarily, the one that strikes me as the most like, what are you doing? Does not involve a character either A, not dying, or B, coming back from the dead. It doesn't involve either of those things. There is a retcon that is more significant to the franchise going forward than that, that doesn't involve anything like that, that I have no clue what they are trying to do. Like, I actually have no idea. It does not involve a character either coming back from the dead or just not dying who died before. It's something different. And I have no clue what they're doing. Kazuya pregnant? What the fuck? The underground and rooftop entrances are there? Oh. The subreddit is going crazy. Nice. Yes, the subreddit is losing their minds. I kind of knew that the Yakuza community was going to turn overwhelmingly, toxic with the release of Kiwami 3, even regardless of the quality of the game. It was just going to happen. This new script leak and the story changes they're making in the game are only going to make that significantly worse, unfortunately. The true dark ties are the loose ends they made along the way. Oh my god. Rebecca's gonna die. Holy fuck. Brother. I need healing items. I can't save on this playthrough. It's fine, I'll find some. I think RGG... Granted, this is not new with Kiwami 3. This is not an opinion that I have because of Kiwami 3, to be clear. This is an opinion that I have because of Kiwami 1 and 2. I think RGG needs to seriously reevaluate the approach they take with their remakes. Personally. I think, like, it was fine in Kiwami 1. Like, ultimately, with Kiwami 1, I was like, okay, this isn't what I would have wanted a remake of Yakuza 1 to be, but it's fine. Kiwami 2, still not what I would have wanted it to be, but got a little worse. It got a little more exaggerated. And seemingly Kiwami 3 is just going even further. There's a reason Nagoshi left. To be fair, and I've said this before too, it's not a Nagoshi thing. And I will never pretend that it was a Nagoshi thing. Purely because, like, these things started happening under his leadership. When he was the guy making calls on how many resources got allocated to a remake of Yakuza 1 and what sort of time frame they were working with and everything, his call was to basically just reuse Yakuza 0's shit and pump it out in the span of under a year. Like, that stuff happened under Nagoshi. That norm was set under Nagoshi. So I will never act like it's a Nagoshi leaving issue. But there's my weapon achievement also. I got both of the miscellaneous ones cleaned up. We're good. Gonna have Billy do this, actually.
I'll check it out.
Roger.
2 achievements remain. Nagoshi fans are moving in the direction of Zack Snyder fans, aren't they? That's actually true. I hope Gang of Dragon is good. It looked really goofy. Like, in a fun way. In a fun, goofy way. Like Yakuza, where I was like, oh my god, this English dub is terrible. Oh my god, that guy is built like a fucking refrigerator. Why is he built like that? He looks awesome. I want to play that game. I love how blatantly we have Yakuza at home. It is too. I love that it's literally Nagoshi just pulling up, being like, hey, I made my own studio to do the exact same thing that I was doing before. You guys down? I'm down. He looks like that because he's literally just the actor? You're lying. Is he actually built like that? I didn't look into his actual actor. Are you shitting me? He's really built like that? Like, that's a real human being? Don Lee, he sure is. No way. He's exactly like that? No fucking way. I need to look him up now. Hold on. Maybe once I've got things a little more under control here. But hold the phone. Okay, this puzzle. I've pretty much got it down now, right? I remember from yesterday. The elk is hunted by the wolf. But the horse can outrun the wolf. But the panther can outrun the horse. But the snake can sneak up on the panther, take him out silently. But the hawk can swoop in and snatch the snake. I got it. I still got it. Dude has been Kiryu for like 30 years. That's hilarious. I need to actually see him now. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh, what the fuck? Why didn't you stand up sooner? No herbs in here? Okay, hold on. South Korean American actor. I'm going to images because all I'm getting here are headshots. Oh my god, he really is that massive. Holy shit. He's actually just like a fucking brick wall. Jesus. I gotta be built like that. I gotta get that build. I gotta get the wings going. That's clearly, I'm missing the wings. Clearly. Holy, and the upper arm. His upper arms are wider than his fucking head. I'm not joking. This one picture of him, he's like doing a little sideways like thumbs up pose. And I shit you not, his bicep and tricep at that angle are wider than his head. Holy fuck. I was just about to say, he genuinely looks like Chris Redfield from RE5. He actually looks like Chris Redfield in real life. Holy shit. That's incredible. How does one achieve that physique? I gotta get back on it, man. Clearly I'm slacking. God damn. That is awesome. Boulder punching workouts. Who looks like Chris? Don Lee. Like, just in terms of his build. His physique is crazy. How many push-ups did he do? Sit-ups? What kind of juice did he drink? Genuinely. He's fucking massive. Like, unbelievably massive. Check Discord. Hold on. I'm speed running. Well, not exactly. The point of this run is not speed. It's just to get the whole game done without saving. So, kind of speed. Oh my god. That's him mid-pump. Holy shit. Mid-pump like workout. Chat. Workout mid-pump. Jesus. His shoulder. I actually cannot tell if he's on roids or not. I want to say he is, but just like looking at his, like how broad he is naturally, it makes me think he might not be. Like if he were anyone else, I would just like at a glance be like, yep, that's steroids. But he is so naturally broad that I question it. I question it. He probably still is. But he's just so wide. Like he just has such a muscular frame, even aside from the muscles, that I would question it. Oh my god, he was like less than half a second from exploding. That would have potentially killed us. The Leech Man explosions are so bizarre in terms of how much damage they deal.
Alone.
Okay.
Sometimes I've been insta-killed by a Leech Man explosion. Sometimes I don't even go below green HP at like point blank. It seems like they're just really inconsistent. Almost exploded like a tree. Gotta get on that Don Lee grind. Is it achievable? Could be. Could be. Got plenty of fat on him and everything. I genuinely question. He probably is.
Come on.
Okay.
But I could be fooled. Like, if he swore that he was natural, I could believe it. Just because of the way he's genetically built. You know? He's huge. What do you think his daily calorie intake is? To have that kind of muscle and to still have like a good amount of fat and like a belly and all that, his calorie intake has to be absurd. Like, he has to eat. That dude eats. 5K, genuinely, like, that dude eats a lot of food. To be that big and still have like a solid amount of fat. His calorie intake has to be pretty high. He will be eating in a lot of cutscenes in Gang of Dragon. The dude's just constantly eating, like, every cutscene. That would be great. In-universe explanation of his build. He's just constantly munching food. All the fucking time, around the clock. Genuinely, he has to eat so much. Why am I seeing Kiwami 3 drama? Which drama are you seeing? Is the follow-up question. Which one of like the 4 dramas are you seeing? I'm assuming, given that it's today, you're probably seeing that the script leaked because they left it in the files. And we learned that they have significantly retconned Yakuza 3. Like, in a lot of ways. Not even just in one way. Like, in ways that make the games after Yakuza 3 not even make sense anymore unless they also remake those and change those stories. I had to go through the leaks. When I saw people freaking out, I had to go and see. I've played Yakuza 3, 4, 5, right? And so I had to go look and be like, okay, what did they retcon? And I'm already pissed. I'm one of them who is already upset about these retcons. This actually makes delisting Yakuza 3 so stupid. I mean, delisting it was already stupid, but this makes it worse. Like, especially when you start changing the story and then you make the original nearly impossible to access. Again, it is still possible in one specific way that costs you more than $100, but I'm not giving them that benefit of the doubt. Delisting is delisting as far as I see it. Like, there's no... but it's sort of kind of available. No. You delisted it. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. It will hopefully probably always be on GOG. I think... we don't actually know for certain on GOG, do we? For Yakuza 3? I hope it is. Thankfully, I already own it, so if False someday wants to play it, I can, like, Steam family it to her.
Let's split up.
Roger.
But, like, Jesus, dude. We didn't know with Zero either. Yeah, we never really hear about what's going on with GOG until after things play out. I did see someone tweet this morning in light of the retconning. And they were like, I would like to officially issue an apology to Square Enix. The Final Fantasy VII remakes are no longer the worst remakes of all time. Are they delisting the console versions too? As far as we know, yes. But we're also not 100% on that. They didn't specify. But as far as we are aware, yes.
This way.
Okay.
And it's not the halfway thing that I'm mentioning, the over $100 thing, is that it will still be possible to get the original Yakuza 3, but it's only if you buy like the complete Yakuza bundle that I think is like $130 that has every game in it. It will still be included in that bundle, but you can't just buy Yakuza 3 anymore once they take it down for Kiwami 3. It is true. It's like they're trying to shoot themselves in the foot repeatedly with this game. And I don't understand why. Like, it feels like they're going out of their way to do everything that is going to upset fans of the original Yakuza 3. And it is so bizarre to me. And yes, they did also run a Yakuza sale after the announcement that Yakuza 3 would get delisted. And every Yakuza game was on sale except for Yakuza 3. They specifically didn't put Yakuza 3 on sale right after announcing that it would get delisted. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Your first Resident Evil game? Hell no. Or if you're asking, RE1 on the PS1 was my first one. I guess I'll have Rebecca fight the bat. She has the rocket launcher, right? It's only natural that I just have her blast it real fast. Hasn't written a game since 2020's Like a Dragon. Really? Is he just in a producer role now, like Nagoshi was for years and years before he left?
Let's split up.
Roger.
He's producer and director now. Okay. Oh, plus this is faster if I have Rebecca fight it, since I just have the hook shot on her. He did get credited for original story in Pirate Yakuza, but he didn't write it. That's so weird. Yes, it worked. Just aim up and fire. It fucking worked. No way. Bat speedrun. Bat %. That was good. That was really good. 2 more hookshot uses and then I can ditch it. Not that I'm tight on inventory space this run, but I can ditch it after we get the tram activated. He probably went, hey, you should make a game where Majima is a pirate and that's it. Hey, to be fair,
This way.
banger idea. In fairness, I know that apparently, at least from just general opinion, like the execution of it was pretty mid. Like the game didn't come out that great, but the idea is a banger. It's just one of those that's like, this is a fun bullshit game. I saw a lot of people saying the story sucked in it, but like, I was never going to take the story of a Majima pirate spin-off any kind of seriously. Like, I don't know what they did, but I know that, like, unless they actively do stuff to devalue existing games, like, there's no way I could be mad at that story. You know, like, there's no way that I could actually be upset about the story. Majima pirate game, come on. Come on. I always love that camera angle at the door after the bat kill. Zero has such good presentation, man. Like, all over the place. Zero is such a good-looking game. It's a he got amnesia story. Pirate Majima. I could never be upset at it. Even if it is aggressively mid. I could never. Because Pirate Majima. Insane. This is a GameCube game. It is the best looking GameCube game that ever was on the GameCube. I will never back down from this opinion because it is true. It is just the best looking GameCube game there ever was. Granted, fixed cameras, kind of cheating from a technical standpoint, but look at it. Just look at it. Is it GTA 3 considered the best looking? No, I've never heard anyone say that. Because, like, Metroid Prime is on the GameCube. RE4 is often brought up also as one of the best looking GameCube games. Just generally, what's it? People go for, like, fully 3D titles, but man, I always think of RE0 when I think of, like, best looking GameCube games. Pretty sure GTA 3 was on the GameCube. I don't actually know if it was or not. It wasn't? I was gonna say, I know GTA, the old GTA games in general have gotten so many ports throughout the years. I would believe it. At the time, a lot of games from other systems got ported to GameCube. That zombie never woke up. Didn't fans port it to the GameCube, or was that the Dreamcast? Fans ported it to the Dreamcast? And yes, GTA 3 was ugly, like, even when it came out. GTA 3 was never a pretty game. Didn't you say CV is the best looking GameCube game? CV is a Dreamcast game. It was never on the GameCube. Oh yeah, I need that. Can't forget that. I'm getting confused. You know, I always go with 0. Or RE1 Remake. Really, they largely look the same. I think 0 edges it out, typically. But they're right there next to each other. You could say either one. Oh, CVX is on GameCube. You're right. CVX is on GameCube. No, in my brain, CV is a Dreamcast game. Especially since I'm not a CVX fan. I'm one of the very, very few Dreamcast CV diehards out there. There's not many of us left. Dreamcast version of CV still is the best version of CV. I've only ever played it on Dreamcast. I mean, the other versions are the same. Aside from the PlayStation 3 version is awful because of what they did to the lighting and the colorization. Like that, hilariously, the PS3 version, which is to this day the newest version of CV we've gotten, is the worst looking version of CV. But the only real difference with the PS2 and GameCube releases of CVX is all of the added Wesker stuff that was never in the original. And me personally, I don't enjoy a lot of the added Wesker material. Some of it is good. Some of it is downright silly and feels like it was added just for the sake of adding it. Most of it is silly and feels like it was added just for the sake of adding it. I think the final Chris and Wesker showdown is like the one good part that they added with CVX. Because the original CV ending is somewhat anticlimactic, and having a Wesker battle right at the end, even if it is only a cutscene, feels like it puts a nicer close on things compared to the original. Feels like a massive artistic shift. Bro, you just can't see anything in the PS3 version of CVX. It's so dark. It is so unbelievably dark. But stuff like the scene in CVX where Wesker first in this version of CV, it's the first scene he's in the whole game when he shows up and like throws Claire to the ground outside of the palace and is like, I hate Chris Redfield. That whole scene was never in the original CV. And it is so random and silly that he shows up, throws Claire around a tiny bit, and is like, I fucking hate your brother, and then leaves. And then later, they play the same scene where he's revealed for the first time with like the same dramatic framing and like, oh my god, it's Wesker, but you've already seen him like way earlier in the game. Because in the original CV, he's never even revealed until you're like halfway through. But in CVX, they reveal him like an hour into the game. And then later just have the same dramatic reveal, but unchanged. So you already know that it's Wesker. CVX has a lot of silly bullshit that I don't like. In terms of the story editions, but I do like the final showdown. I've never taken that away from it. I was reading a leak the other day saying CV Remake is fully open world. Yeah, thank God that's a Dusk leak. So it's not true. I thank my lucky stars it's not true. Wait, no. That key is for Rebecca. What am I doing? I have to pull it out and put it back in, don't I? That's a Rebecca key right there. What if it's someone else's and Dusk just said it louder? I hope not. Like the village one. I hope it's not one of those cases. In the CV remake, Claire dies and Steve is the main character. That would be so good. But no, the leak of Rockford Island being open world and Claire traveling around on a motorcycle sounded so awful. And I first saw it shared from someone else. And then I realized later, I saw the Dusk thread about it later, and I was like, oh, thank God it's not true. It's like, oh, it comes from Dusk. We're safe. DiCaprio Steve, I swear, whatever they do, give him the DiCaprio haircut back. That's another CBX thing. They changed Steve's hair. They gave Steve like the most generic haircut, where in original CV he had that Leonardo DiCaprio hair. And they changed it literally just because people compared him to DiCaprio and they didn't like it. Fucking Capcom. They also said RE9 would be open world. They did. Thank God that's not true as well. Although I have my worries for RE9, to be sure, but at least it's not open world. I don't see open world and survival horror meshing. Because survival horror, from a design standpoint, shares so much with like the Metroidvania genre that you really need very intentional directed game design for it to be playing to its strengths. The more open you get with it, the more risk you're taking. Throw enough shit at the wall, eventually something will stick. Yeah. That's kind of just how Dusk leaks feel at this point. Unfortunately. Man, after this run, I'm gonna have to slow down for the hard mode playthrough. It's gonna pain me now that I've gotten so used to fucking zooming through the whole game. I'll just leave that, actually. Those skin tags tell me he's... Oh, you're right. He does have a lot of skin tags. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even catch that, but you're 100% right. I like the Hello Kitty picture that Tibby sent too. That's a really good one. Him in the suit with the whiskey in one hand and the Hello Kitty doll in the other. Imagine Don Lee as a guest character in Tekken 8. Bro, Nagoshi. Talk about a crossover. If they can't have Kiryu, give him... Or give them... What am I calling him? The dragon of... the gang. I don't know. What is he called? John Gang. Dragon of Gang. Dragon out of Yakuza. I didn't open the door for Billy. God damn it. Dragon of Jingguan. Jingguan. That was a struggle. Also, back to the topic of Yakuza plots being silly. And some of that stuff, some of those issues with the series going way back.
Okay.
That's one. The Jingguan Mafia has always been fucking wild. Like, Yakuza 2 was the first game in the series that I played that I was like, man, we are getting excessively silly in this story. And it's every story has kind of felt like that since, to be totally honest. They're just in like every game for some reason. Yeah, they just keep coming up at random, really. Like Yakuza 6 is especially. I thought they were going to do more with it. Like I was sort of thinking at first, like, oh, the Jingguan Mafia is back in like a main antagonist role because it's Kiryu's send-off. Like Yakuza 2 was a big game for the series. That makes sense. But then they just didn't really do anything with them. They literally showed up in like 2 scenes throughout the whole game and had relatively minor involvement in the overall plot. I just remember playing Yakuza 2 and like every chapter of the game had a plot twist. And every single one of those plot twists was like, they're Korean. Oh my God, they're Korean. Just every fucking plot twist throughout the game. It was so silly. And then the final chapter having like 3 plot twists in one scene that all felt completely out of left field. And I was just like, dude, what is happening? That sort of like pure what the fuck energy in the Yakuza stories has been there since the PS2 entries. The K in Kamurocho stands for Korean. At this point, like by the time you get to the end of Yakuza 2, you would believe it. You would believe it. Genuinely. The plot twist Koreans get so out of hand in Yakuza 2. Kiwami means Korean. No, Kiwami means green. Come on now. Shit. RE0's rocket launcher is great. The explosion effect and the sound design on this thing is so good. Yakuza cutscenes are so long sometimes that I forget what even happened at the beginning of the cutscene. Bro, you want to talk about the one time, more than any other time in the whole series, that I sat through a cutscene and felt like I genuinely did not retain any of it, was Yakuza 3's The Plot. I remember getting to the end of that and just kind of sitting back and being like, what even just happened? Like, what, could he repeat that for me? But like in 1 minute, preferably, instead of 45 this time. It was just so absurd. I was like, what the fuck did I just sit through? You know what a hey Heisey is? Ban him. Few moments in 7 like that too. Oh, I can't wait for that. Fucking cooking though. Great cutscene, but my screen kept going dim from AFK. That's an Xbox thing, isn't it? Do the new PlayStations do that? I don't have a new PlayStation, and I only know that that's an Xbox thing, at least because the Xbox One, for some reason, still gets updates to like just the console software, like just the OS, I guess. So they updated in like the screen fade for AFK to the Xbox One, and I have been dealing with it when using it for backwards compatibility for videos and such. Had a couple Black Monday dialogue sequences, but they give you breaks like every 10 minutes. What do you mean breaks? Elaborate. What does that mean? They give you breaks every 10 minutes, but they have like 45-minute cutscenes. Can't make a proper tier list. Hey, DS. I'm just saying. Talking about things that are now way more accessible now that you're making the move back to PC again. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying any more. But I am saying. That is the right one. There we go. Also, I saw an official post from who I believe is the translation team that Yakuza Archive channel is with about the Kenzan translation, with like screenshots from relatively late in the main story and everything too. Looks good. Looks like it's maybe gonna be out by the time we get to Kenzan. I saw it today. It's apparently almost done. I believe that's their project. I don't know that for certain. I would have to ask him. But I did see like a post from them showing it off and being like, hey, yeah, it's almost done. And I think it's his team. But I don't know because there are 3 different translation teams all making their own Kenzan English patches right now. And I can't keep track of who is who. But I think that's Yakuza Archived. I think it's his team. Only because, like, it lines up with what he was saying in terms of how much progress they had. Like, I never asked the team name or anything, but it lines up time-wise with what he was describing. Yeah, he did say it was, like, about 80%. Gonna be a great day when that launches. It genuinely will, just because Kenzan is a legit, for me at least, still, as far as I've gone through, top 3 Yakuza game. Hands down. But most people can't enjoy Kenzan because it's in Japanese. And even when I played it, like, I was recording it for the review, and I had a lot of stuff that, like, went by too fast. Because I can read and comprehend Japanese, but nowhere near fluent. So I'm slow. When I read Japanese, it takes me a long time. So sometimes with, like, auto-scrolling stuff, it would just fly by, and I would not have time to understand it. So I'd have to go back into my recordings and reread it. And, like, sometimes if it had kanji I didn't know, I would have to pause and photo translate the kanji or whatever. So even for me, enjoying it in Japanese was a process. Kenzan's Japanese is very hard to comprehend, to be honest. So hard. And then, of course, I run into this sub-story of this little kid just sitting outside of his house. And the whole sub-story spoiler for those who haven't played Kenzan yet. I don't know how they'll adapt this over to the English patch. I hope they just leave it, to be honest. Like, just translate the dialogue, but leave the gimmick here the same. It would be funny as fuck if they did. The sub-story, it's actually a string of sub-stories. Yeah, the homework one, where it's a kid who's struggling with his kanji homework. So they show a kanji on screen, and they're like, what is this kanji? And you have to answer it to get through the sub-story. And it starts out super simple. Like, one of them was like, dog. And I was like, easy kanji. Come on. This is like kindergartner shit. But then I remember it getting so specific that it showed this one kanji that I didn't know. I had to look it up because I was like, what the fuck is that? It was a really complex one. I had to look it up. I shit you not, when I look it up, it comes out to, and the answer in the game matched this, so it wasn't like a weird translation either from Google or whatever. The kanji was boiling hot pot of water. How fucking weirdly specific. Like, it got so ridiculous so fast. I was just like, what are we doing? Why are you putting me through this? Just, why? No, I don't know the specific kanji for boiling hot pot of water. Bullshit ass sub-story. Hilarious. Because I think the whole joke with it is that they get overly specific so that even native speakers are kind of like, what? Like, I think that's the whole point. But I was just like, what the fuck do you mean? When some language has a single word for something that takes a whole sentence in another language. Exactly. And yes, it was an awfully hot coffee pot. That was the kanji. I just remember being like, dude. I hope I don't die in the final boss. Not to speak it into existence or anything, but like, I really hope I don't. That is the only potential risk here. Especially because I didn't pick up the magnums along the way because I wanted to use these infinite weapons that we just got, even though they're not as powerful as just running infinite magnums. I did a full run with the infinite magnums. Now I want like my SMG and rocket launcher run. But the SMG and rocket launcher aren't as powerful. There's an adverb in that kanji. Yes, exactly. It was just ridiculous. I remember being like, dude, RGG was fucking evil for this one. But I do think the joke of it was that even a lot of native speakers wouldn't know that exact kanji if they saw it. I think they just tried to find like some of the most obscure kanji characters they could towards the end of it. Because, like, keep in mind, there are like 50,000 kanji characters in total in the Japanese language. And only like 6,000 of those kanji make up 98% of written Japanese. Like, there are genuinely a little over 40,000 kanji characters that make up like less than 2% of their written language in terms of actual daily use. Guess who wrote Kenzan? Who wrote Kenzan? Oh, the Leech Man is still alive. There are normally zombies here, but I guess since he didn't blow up. Oh, I still have the hook shot in Rebecca's inventory. Your beloved Yokoyama. Hey, man. Kenzan's story, especially, is a top 2. Top 3. I'll stick with top 3. It's funny, my top 3 just stories in the Yakuza series are all Japanese exclusive spin-offs. But genuinely, Kenzan, Ishin, and Kurohyou 1 are hands down my top 3 Yakuza stories. Like, easily, I don't even doubt any of those placements for a second. They are just, those 3 are the top of the top. Gotta play Kurohyou. That's the thing. Tibby also moving to PC recently. English patches are a thing you can use on PC. You can patch, well, assuming community teams have put in the effort, you can patch games into English that were never in English. It would have run on my laptop. It would have. But hey, now you got a legit setup. By the way, Nagoshi wrote Kurohyou and Judgment Games. Haven't played Judgment Games yet, but Kurohyou 1's story was phenomenal. Kurohyou 2's story is like good. It has its moments, but coming off of Kurohyou 1, it's a noticeable step down. Like, it's still a really good story in terms of the overall series, but Kurohyou 1's story was so elite that it disappointed me for sure. Is Star Citizen a real game yet? Haven't played it in a year or so, but it's pretty fleshed out now. Is it really? I feel like I've pretty much stopped hearing about it outside of, like, you know, the odd, they released another $700 bundle or whatever it is. Is Mark Hamill in it? That's kind of awesome. That crowdfunded like $1 billion? Yes, it is that one. That's Star Citizen. Bro got put on his ass. Oh, he's not totally dead yet. That was so good. He tried to do the leap attack. He made an effort. Where's that chipboard? Oops. I love how with every RE 100%, at least for these classic era titles, we always get to the point late in the 100%s where we are just blasting the whole game front to back in like every stream. I love that all of the classic Resi titles eventually get to this point during the completions, where I'm just like, all right, boys, today we're playing the whole thing really fast again, but this time I'm doing this one thing different. They all hit this point in the completion journey. Low-key saved my life holding that message. Hold on, I can put it through. It won't show on screen, but everyone in chat right now can see it. It's a fair comment, Tibby. You get a pass. Chat. What is everyone's game that they are the most excited for this year, but you can't say RE9? I need to know. What is everyone excited for other than RE9 this year? Oh, Space Cowboy. Ace Combat 8, Fable. Fable did look good. I'm surprised that Fable actually looked good. I didn't believe it. But they've turned me around on it for sure. Fable actually does look really good now. Oh, Mega Man. I forget Onimusha's happening this year too. Fuck, man. The new Control, Phantom Blade. It's crazy how much variety there is in these answers, by the way. Just to point it out. Dawn of War 4. Dawn of War 4 is up there for me. Oh, I should have had Billy come over here. That is the way to do this. I was thinking it was better to have her run the other way. Wait. Would it not be best? The best way is probably Duskbloods, Phantom Blade. Oh, Crimson Desert, I didn't see it. There's a shocking amount of variety in these answers. Genuinely. I got Frog, but he's not getting away with it. Fuck that guy. The frog that ruins runs. Yeah, he's been known to do that. Yeah, Billy can just enter in here. See, I should have never had her run all the way out. Forza Horizon 6 looks nice. It, like, Forza is always, every time they reveal one, I swear, I'm like, that looks really good if I enjoyed racing games. Like, that's basically my reaction to every Forza. They all look great, but I'm just not a racing game guy. So I'm never particularly interested in them. But they always look fun. I heard Forza's collaborating with Gundam. That would make sense. Call of Duty collaborated with Gundam last year. So the idea that Microsoft made a deal with them for more than one game, I could see that. Oh yeah, Gears is supposed to be this year, but we haven't seen it yet. Hard to say, but it's supposed to be this year. That's true. Modern Forza is just jingling keys. Isn't that what Forza's always been?
This way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pragmata is this year. There are so many games this year. Holy fuck. I didn't play the Pragmata demo, but I've only heard good things about it from people who did. No one said Kiwami 3. I feel like Kiwami 3 is like, even if you are a Yakuza fan and you are still looking forward to playing it, like in spite of all the drama, it's not like the most exciting game of the year, you know? Notice how no one said GTA 6. Actually, true. That's a weirder thing to point out. Not a soul said GTA 6. Like, Yakuza, I have a Yakuza-centric audience. So it's, you know, it's weird enough for no one in my chat to say it, but like, Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto, you know? I forgot it existed. It really, like, I feel like everyone is kind of at the point with that one where it's like, oh yeah, GTA. I'm probably gonna play it when it's out, but like, who knows when it's gonna be out? No point getting excited for it right now. It seems like that's just where everyone is kind of at with GTA 6 now.
I'll go check over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, S.T.A.R.S is this year. There's so much. I feel like 007 is one of those games for me that I'm not really excited for, but I'll probably check it out. Maybe.
This way.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm not sure, but probably. But my small amount of excitement has been tempered by the fact that the game seems like it's going to be a bit of a disaster technically. Like, the crazy amount of smearing and like upscaling artifacts in that one gameplay showcase way back, but then we were like, okay, but it's on PS5, right? And then more recently, and I would even say more concerningly, the PC specs coming out and the minimum requirement saying you need to have 32 gigs of RAM. It's like, oh my god. What is going on with the memory requirements in this game? What are we doing? Are we doing anything that crazy? That at a minimum, like not even recommended spec, the minimum spec said 32 gigs of RAM. What is happening? I thought 32 was the recommended. No, it was the minimum. Lego Batman 32 was the recommended, but not the minimum. 007, it was the minimum. And it's also really weird to me that the minimum and the recommended RAM were the same. Both were 32. which to me is like, I'm looking at it right now, minimum is 16. Did they make a mistake on the first one and repost it? Because that was the issue, was that it was minimum 32. Oh yeah, they said they accidentally put out wrong specs. That's what okay, so they did accidentally put out one that was wrong. Okay, okay. At least there's that. At least there's that. That was at 1080 too. True. Billy has a healing item. Yeah, we're good. Final boss time. Should I swap their weapons? I'm more thinking about, well, I can swap it for the second phase. That is what I was thinking about. How much longer do you give Yubi before the big buyout? I don't know, man. I really, it's looking grim for Yubi. Billy? Who would want to buy Yubi? The thing about buying Yubi is that more than like acquiring their studios and their direct business, like their employees, if you acquire Yubi, you get their franchises. You get their IPs. Okay? If you acquire Yubi, you get Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, every Tom Clancy game under the sun. Fuck, I'm forgetting a bunch. Like, they have so many insanely large gaming IPs that honestly, that's where the value is. Prince of Persia, should anyone ever decide to use it. Beyond Good and Evil doesn't exist, not even worth talking about. Feel are already spent. I feel like they just need a good like redirection. I don't feel like any of them are, you know, beyond repair or anything. I think they all just need like some fresh new directions, some changes, and they'll be back on track, you know? Oh yeah, Rayman. Trials! Yes, bring back Trials, Yubi. I beg. Trials is a weird one though, because it really has to be like this really low cost, low budget, little motorcycle puzzle game. Oh my god. I thought about Watch Dogs, but then yeah, like Watch Dogs I feel like is probably just dead after Legion. Because even Watch Dogs, 3 games in, still has not had a super compelling entry that has really like lived up to the concept's potential. Watch Dogs 2 was good. I didn't play 2. I heard it was good, but not great. Oh my god, I keep trying to pause it to skip it. I just gotta not fuck up this very last encounter, and we're good on the no save run. Not that I was terribly worried about this run going into it, but like, it's RE0, shit happens. Game is hard. Here we go. Can I get a stun lock here? Can I finally get one? Oh my god, the queen is not still stun locked. I was like, is she even still there? I'm not hearing the sound. Rebecca got hit. She's fine. Oh yeah, Bloodstained 2 is this year. Probably, most likely. Is that it? That's it, right? Hey, Queenie. Is it time for Hey Queenie? Yes.
Hey, Queenie! Feast on this!
It's the best line to cap off every playthrough on. What about For Honor? Is that big? No. For Honor had a big launch, but it's had a pretty niche, small community ever since. Honestly, I feel like For Honor, if they did like a sequel, could probably become way bigger than it is, but they just keep doing like smaller updates for the game as it currently exists. For the game from now, I think like 11 years ago. Wasn't it 2015? All right, well, with that achievement, yeah, I had to go to Steam to see it. I have 46 out of 47 RE0 achievements. The only thing left is the hard mode playthrough, which has to be done on a fresh save. No unlockables, no crazy bullshit. Pure RE gaming. I've never played RE0 on hard, so since it's the last playthrough and it's going to be a slower playthrough, I'll do cutscenes this time too.
Raccoon City, a solitary island far off in the sea. Rockfort Island, an island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the International
Last like a year or something.
Was
X-Defiant was good. As someone who likes like a casual FPS game, I played it. It was a lot of fun. It really didn't deserve to get shut down. The main thing that killed it was the post-launch support was really poorly handled at the start. And they were just starting to get it back on track when UB pulled the plug on it.
Before the mansion incident.
But it was genuinely like a really fun, like low skill, casual FPS game to fill like a more classic COD role. Since COD now has gone towards like the skill based and the crazy movement and all that. This one was just like, you have basic sprint, you can crouch, you have guns, and you shoot each other. Like, it felt genuinely like you were playing a golden era COD game. It was a lot of fun. But then the post-launch was really lacking, so a lot of the players just slowly drifted away, and then right as it was getting back on track, it got shut down. Splinter Cell is UB. I wonder if the Splinter Cell remake got canceled in this recent wave.
It began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of
But that
Raccoon
remake
City.
was in some
Nothing in our
kind of
training
development
could ever have
hell.
prepared us for the nightmare that ensued.
I don't know details. Pretty sure it did.
Never stood a
I know
chance.
that at some point, what I do know about the Splinter Cell remake, which is not a lot, in like early 2022, I got a job offer from UB for the Splinter Cell remake. before they even like announced it, and they put no sort of confidentiality on me on that job offer or anything. And sure as shit, like it started to kind of leak out here and there, and whispers started to spread, and eventually everyone knew about it.
Investigate the surrounding area.
And then, like a year later, I heard that it had been suspended, not canceled, but like delayed indefinitely, sort of thing. I would have taken that job. They wanted me to move to Canada. I would have had to move to Canada for it. And I was also still in college. They wanted me to move like right away and move countries and everything, and I just didn't take it. But then it got delayed indefinitely, like maybe a year or so later, and then I heard that it had gotten started back up maybe like a year after that, and now I haven't heard anything. I would assume it probably got shut down in that recent wave of like game cancellations.
Those poor soldiers. They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and
Deep
escaped.
Chole guy lore. I normally can't talk about like game job offers I got. I got a few like really interesting ones like that back when I was in school and was working. Most of them had like confidentiality agreements before you could even really get the details of what it was. But what's it? That one didn't. They didn't make me sign anything. They were just like, hey, we're looking for people for a Splinter Cell remake. They had like a little promotional image that they sent like with the email and everything. I was just like, what the fuck? It's pretty straightforward. What other ones did I get that didn't have confidentiality on them? Oh, I got offered a job at Epic. I've talked about this one before on stream too. I got an offer from Epic around that time as well. They were looking for designers for Fortnite and Rocket League. And the offer was literally like, if you join, you can choose which one you want to work on. You can be on Fortnite or Rocket League. Whichever one you want. I got that around the same time. They also wanted me to move and start working immediately. And I was still in school, so I didn't take it. Because I was in like my senior year of my degree. I was just finishing up. And they were like, if you want this job, you need to like move and start full time this month. I would have had to drop my degree to do it. Oh my god, I have to actually like play RE0 legit now. And it's gonna be harder than any other playthrough of Zero I've done before. I've never even tried this game on hard. I saw a video about someone who did an internship with Epic.
I thought they were dead.
I've heard their internship program is really good. Mine was like an actual paid position. It wasn't internship, it was a designer role. But I've heard that their internship program is like great. No Magnum. Is there nothing in here on hard? Yeah, I wasn't particularly compelled by either game. I would have had to drop my degree and not finish it. Weirdly, in game dev, in AAA, a lot of job offers end up being like that, where they're like, yeah, we need you like on site working full-time this month. Like if you're on the other side of the country, if you're in a different country, doesn't matter. Like we need you here working now. So you take it or leave it.
Bet you ate that whole cake, you fat son of a bitch.
A lot of offers in the industry are like that. Which is why when I did work, it was in Orlando. It was in the city that I lived in. Because at least then I was able to still do college on top of it. You have any trees explode? Not yet. But hey, the weekend is just getting started, am I right?
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
That one didn't even come through to me.
Transferred for execution.
Whichever one you're saying to approve.
Outside.
I don't even see it.
I see. You're with S.T.A.R.S. Well, no offense, honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around. So, I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Can you tell us what pay they were offering, or is that
You're under
confidential?
arrest.
That was probably confidential. I don't remember.
I've already worn handcuffs.
I genuinely, like, even if I did know and it was even if it was confidential, I don't even remember. Generally, a junior designer role in the industry is like 60, 70,000 a year. Most places. I would assume it was something like that, but I couldn't even tell you.
Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
For 17 Fahrenheit feels like 12 with a trace of snow. I have no idea what it is here. Orange caution.
Ow!
Oh my god. Crisp 2 feels like. What are we at? Oh. Oh, that's not here. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, we are at -9 Fahrenheit. Feels like -12 here in Minneapolis. I was on the wrong city when I opened my weather app. It wasn't Minneapolis. I was like, it said 50 degrees. I was like, no way it's 50 here today. Are you shitting me? Mid-January, Minnesota? No. Bitch. -43 Fahrenheit here, and I'm literally dying. It's not even freezing temps. Come on now. No green herb up here on hard. Oh god, I might have to actually be like really intentional with ammo use here. Lake Michigan has a very high chance of completely freezing over for the first time in almost 30 years. That's awesome. I love cold weather. I love shit like that.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
Okay. At least this enemy is skippable. At least I'm not required to fight him. Me and my 8 handgun bullets, I wouldn't be able to.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Would she hold the rank of officer this early? Realistically, no. That's kind of the whole thing with Rebecca, though. Like, realistically, going into the police force at 18, you would be going into the academy, not just immediately going straight into being on, like, the special forces police team. Granted, this random, relatively small city in the Midwest has its own, like, special forces team in their local police department. Relatively small at this point in the franchise. Like, back in the classic era, Raccoon City was not very big. But then, kind of every time Raccoon City came up in the series, it grew. It kept expanding. That's true even today. Like, RE2 Remake and 3 Remake made it even bigger. Like, it keeps growing with every appearance.
Who is that guy?
But, like, way back in RE2, RE3, it was supposed to be a relatively small city.
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen, we gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girl. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right.
The city
Just
itself
remember,
spreads
I
like a
will shoot
virus.
you if you try anything funny.
Fine.
The
Now
photo
take these with
Wesker had tells everything we need to know about it. True.
you. If you find anything, give me a
I
call,
know how she
all right?
got this role. I always thought it was funny that this cutscene makes it seem like they're splitting up. Like him giving her some ammo, throwing her the walkie-talkie, you know, call me if you need anything. When realistically, in-game, the last thing you want to do at this point in the game is split the two of them up. Like a Dragon 9, Yakuza vs. Aliens will have everyone alive who died in prior games, and they must face the aliens to save Earth. Haruka's dancing minigame also returns with the same song. What's it called? Is it So Much More? Is that the name of her song in 5? I know there is a second song in 5, but it's barely used. It's used like 1 or 2 times, when So Much More is used like 50 times. The first one is So Much More. The second one, they never even fucking use. I would not be able to remember it for the life of me. 3 songs? I didn't even know there was a third one. I thought there were only 2. I think this only proves my point.
Resident Evil, sir.
Wow, he said that really fast for the amount of ease in that. Thank you for the 2, Johnny. Appreciate it. One song per Princess League rounds, 3 round, or round, 3 rounds. I genuinely do not remember there being a third one. Like, full honesty, I do not remember there being a third one. It's kind of nice to slow back down for the last playthrough, to be honest, because the only relatively slow playthrough we did was the first one. I just started fucking zooming after that. Oh! The third one was their, like, final debut song. Okay. That makes sense. I might go real slow and methodical with the walking that everyone loves so much when I do it. But, like, Zero is one of those games where when I do start just walking slow in this game, that's when I start sitting here and really looking at the backgrounds and being like, man, Zero looks great. Just all the little moving pieces and stuff in the backgrounds in this game, too. So good. The niche key. I feel like that would be more than anything. If they tried to retcon niche key into surviving, the fucking backlash from the community would be unreal. I feel like this style is timeless compared to 7 and 8. I feel like 7 and 8 are also like timeless styles, just in their own way. Because 7 has a really, really good grindhouse style, which, while more common in, like, horror films, you weirdly don't see a whole lot of the grindhouse style in horror games. So, like, I can appreciate 7 for that, at least. But then, dude, Village's art style is unreal, too. The Gothic style they used in Village is so good. That's like one of the best parts of Village, is just how the game looks. That game looks unreal. Niche key retcon would be the final straw. That's kind of what I'm saying. I feel like that's the one that the fandom would just not be able to come back from. Have you seen the exciting Linux news? No. Is it, like, relatively user-friendly now? Is that the news? Oh man, there's so many items in here. Let me go fight the scorpion first. I haven't saved yet. I'm assuming ink ribbons are more sparse on hard difficulty, like they typically are in the older games. Like when they just make it go from like 3 ribbons per stack down to 2 or whatever. Someone got the Adobe Suite running in Wine? Huh. I don't use Adobe. DaVinci? I'm a DaVinci Resolve user. Has to run terribly. It probably does. I would assume it does run terribly. Because, I mean, the Adobe Suite runs terribly on Windows. It is bad on Windows. Also, Kaden and GIMP. I use GIMP too. There we go. GIMP in 2026. I genuinely do use GIMP. I unironically do. Is goated. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. To be fair, I only use it. I did use Photoshop for a bit, but when I moved away from Adobe products entirely, because at first I just changed over to only having Photoshop on my membership when I moved away from Premiere. But then when they did that thing where like anything you create within the Adobe suite gets fed to their AI model, I canceled everything I had from Adobe. Affinity over GIMP? Might have to check it out. Affinity Photo. How have I've never heard of it. I'll look into it. Look into Affinity. I gotta look into Affinity. I just went back to GIMP because that's what I knew. Affinity is the best. I'll have to look at it for sure. I'm waiting for the one person every time who's like, you can stun lock this boss with the knife? This is also one of those classic RE things that there's always someone in chat who has never seen this before. Fucker! Billy, stay down. Oh god. I think I avoided the other attacks. He's not dead. That's the death animation. I thought the one before. Still green HP. Billy's a fucking unit, man. Remember those 18 guys Saejima killed? What if they come back? Oh, wait. Hold on. Affinity. The photo editor. I'm writing it down because I will forget. But I gotta look into it. Oh yeah, the other guy. Yeah, my bad. All of them aside from like 2, but yes. Yes. I forget that. Better than GIMP. It's like Photoshop and Illustrator in one. Oh. It does sound good. I'm gonna come back here for the herbs anyway. Like I said, slow, thoughtful playthrough on this one. You can do pixel and vector? Thank fuck. Talk about features that I missed. Thank God. God, this game looks great. It does have such a nice style to it. I really, like, genuinely did not remember Village looking as good as it did until I replayed it for the retrospective, though. I remembered Village being super fun, did not remember loving its visuals as much as I do. But then on the replay for the retrospective, I was like, oh, gameplay, not as big on it as I remember being, but damn, the visuals are so good. Like, just the whole time I replayed Village, I was like, wow, that's good shit. Village's environmental artists didn't have to go that hard. Especially, dude, the factory, so cool. The factory was so well done from a visual standpoint. I loved that. We do a little run. We do a little run. Character artists didn't have to get me that hard either. All right, all right. Calm down now. Shit. Hey chat, RE0 pro tips that I didn't know before this playthrough. Hunting gun to the knees, not to the head. Thank me later. I had no idea about that one prior to this 100%, but holy shit. The hunting gun is like 5 times as effective as an early game shotgun if you aim for the legs. And I just never would have thought of that, because RE shotgun. Why would I aim for the legs? But it genuinely is so much more consistent with the one-shot kills than the headshots are. It's bizarre. I don't know why they did it that way, but it's pretty awesome. Hot Sauce does use Windows, yes. Subvert expectations? Maybe. I never knew until I was trying to do the achievement for like blasting legs off and it insta-killed, and I was like, wait, really? And then I kept doing it. I kept shooting the legs, and the insta-kill is way more consistent to the legs than to the head. Makes it so much better. There we go. Ooh, let me make sure his partner AI, yeah. Let me make sure both of their partner AIs are set to idle, actually. Just before I keep going any further. Good call. I'm on Linux but use Windows for work and dual boot. I don't know many people who actually use Linux. Oh, fuck. My brain. This is what I'm doing. This is going well. Ow! Fucking hell. No, Billy. 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 Oh my God. Billy's dead.
Resident Evil 0.
I'm gonna need to save more. God. I did not expect to die on the train, man. I thought I was being smart, saving all my ink ribbons for later when things actually get wacky. Oh boy. I stay off of Reddit if it's not looking for weirdly specific questions. Me too. It's best that way. For sure. These residents are definitely extra evil.
What just happened? I thought they were dead.
Reddit and Twitter are both cesspools. I did not mind Twitter for the longest time, but nowadays I just can't. I don't know if it actually got worse or if I just got older, to be honest. Like, I genuinely could not tell you which it is, but I cannot stand going on Twitter anymore. It did get worse. You excited for Requiem? My prediction, it's not going to be open world. It definitely doesn't look open world. But because we're returning to Raccoon City, I expect there to be a large hub. And the game's going to be 50 plus hours. I am not expecting it to be that spread out, even though it is Raccoon City again. Mainly just because, like, the two characters play so differently that they're both going to have much more focused design. And I'm not expecting the game to be anywhere near 50 hours. I'm expecting like maybe 10 to 12 for a first playthrough. I'm expecting that both characters will have like 5 or 6 hours of gameplay each. Maybe the game is going to be way bigger, but that's kind of where my guess would be in terms of length. Oh my god. Rebecca is orange caution again from the dogs. Oh, fuck. Is she orange caution again? Did I see the stance for like a second there? I think I did. Oh my god, she is. People on there are real sweaty at times. Yeah, I honestly feel, just because of how sweaty the fan server gets, that the way to go is just to like coordinate with friends or acquaintances. Oh, the ink ribbons aren't more limited. Now that I picked them up, I can actually see that they're not. Okay. The way to go is just password rooms with people you know. Because it is really sweaty on the fan server. I still don't know how much multiplayer I'm going to be doing with it when we stream the 100%, but I might do some rooms, like just some password rooms for the stream. I don't know. It depends. Because the game is so much easier in single player that I bet anything that doesn't require multiplayer, I'm probably not going to do in multiplayer. Because it is night and day in terms of difficulty between playing online and offline. Mostly because of the virus gauge. The virus gauge on multiplayer, in some scenarios, like the Hive, you have like a 20-minute time limit. In single player, I think it's something like 4 or 5 times as long. So a scenario that has a 20-minute time limit online genuinely has like nearly an hour and a half in single player for the time limit. Like you don't even have to think about it. We talking about Outbreak? Yeah. I'm saying that like if there's stuff that is required to be done online, I'll probably do it. But the game is literally balanced to be so much easier in single player. So if I don't have to, I probably won't play it online. But I'm sure with the amount of like unlockables and stuff, there's probably things that I would have to do with other players. At least that's how it seems. I haven't looked through the requirements for characters. I remember playing Decisions when the game launched in multiplayer. It was so ridiculous on very hard with others. Yeah. The Outbreak games are so scenario dependent. Like they are so up and down depending on what scenario you're playing. Some scenarios, like Decisions, I really liked. But genuinely, most of Outbreak 1's scenarios I did not like. Especially the Hive. Bro, fuck the Hive. What was that scenario? Real shit. What were they cooking? I ranted about the Hive in the video because it was so rough. The Hive is doo-doo. Bro, and with 2 players, with like the 20-minute time limit, 2 players who are total noobs, not using walkthroughs, playing blind. The Hive was fucking miserable. False was over here like, I don't know, I don't think it's that bad. And I'm like, oh, I'm suffering. What do you mean? But False's bad game tolerance is so absurdly high that she was like, no, I don't know. I thought it was fun. Even though we died a lot, I was having fun. I was like, oh. We just played the Hive on repeat for like 3 hours doing trial and error, and you had fun. We are 2 different people. Like 3 hours straight, mind you, like late at night. We finished at like midnight. I get up at like 6 a.m. every morning. I was not having a good time, but she was like, no, I like it. Outbreak 2 I loved because the scenarios were good. Her bad game tolerance is actually crazy, but she's still always worried about crashing out. Yeah. She plays games that make her crash out, and she's like, no, I love them. But then when she does have a genuine crash out on stream, she worries about it for multiple days. I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? Because you really do. You do it to yourself. You put yourself in these situations. I think 4 out of the 5 scenarios are great in Outbreak 1. I think generally it's probably one of those games that when you learn it more, it's better. But when we played it, I only enjoyed Hellfire and Decisions from Outbreak 1. Because even I know a lot of Outbreak players really like Outbreak, the scenario. But again, playing it as like new players trying to figure it out, going in blind, that was just not fun. That scenario, because some parts of it even like were super unclear. Like when you have the cop that you need to defend as he breaks down the door, they also throw like a bunch of melee weapons in there, but then that made us think that we had to help him break down the door while also fending off the zombies. What about freezing point? I love getting down into the lab from RE2 and seeing more of it, but the flow and the hunter spam pissed me off. That one we actually first tried and I still didn't like it very much. Like that one, we didn't even struggle with the trial and error and all that, and we managed to solve it on the first go without hitting the time limit, but I still just did not like the general flow of it, and then the ridiculous amount of hunters, especially near the end. But then again, we were playing with 2 players. The game is meant for 4 players when you play online, so that definitely affected a lot of the scenarios for us. Like, without a doubt, that affected a lot of it. Outbreak 2 was so good, though. Because Outbreak 2's scenarios also just were so much better to go in blind. I think that was the biggest thing. Like, Outbreak 1 felt super random for the most part. And, like, you were genuinely just guessing the whole time. Whereas Outbreak 2 felt super logical. Mostly. The subway scenario in Outbreak 2 was not my favorite. That one was a bit of trial and error, guesswork bullshit. But Outbreak 2 generally, like the one in the zoo, so good. The final scenario in Outbreak 2 was great. That one was super fun with the tyrant popping in and out the whole time. That was fun. Hunter spam in that one too. That was annoying, but generally fun. I remember seeing your Outbreak footage in Retro Rebounds video. Chloe, yes. The Forest. I liked that one for the setting, but honestly, that one seems like it'll be worse on replays. Ooh, don't overwrite that. Whoa. That's my save file with all the crazy unlockables. I almost just cleared it. I'm trying to remember which one I'm missing. Don't remember. Anyway. It's about that time. I gotta go back to the video work. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff.
Hi,
like,
I gotta show everyone my...
Who was it?
Banana.
He's gone. Don't worry, chat. I got him. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Ace Combat, Metal Gear, Yakuza, all sorts of good stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like on the YouTube side. Helps out with the algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on the YouTube side or on Twitch. You can find them on the channel page. They're in chat commands, things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever you're looking for, you'll be able to find them there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.